Doug, let me give you a quick walkthrough on BERT. All right, starting the Scout. Oh, here's the new painted dash with the dash plate in place. Here's the temporary switch panel. This one again, when you start the car, as soon as it's starting, turn this on. That is your manual electric fan. That'll keep the fan on. So if you decide to turn on the AC, that fan is already blowing. When the AC is running, you have to have the fan on. So if the engine isn't hot enough yet, flipping that switch takes care of it. So start the car, flip this switch, and you're set. You'll never overheat, and the AC will be happy. Okay. These are your interior lights again. This is up for the top cabin light, and this is middle off. Down is the rear cargo light. Okay, this is your backup light. This is not installed yet. I'm waiting until final stuff before we hook this up, especially if we're changing the dash. So this is backup light manually always on, middle off, and this is a temporary flash. So if someone has high beams on behind you, you can blast them. Anyway, so that's what the red one is, and this I left open for a secondary switch, like if you want to put in an off-road light or a fog light or something else. All right, so that's what that is open. And this is a magnet. Here is your really amazing LED flashlight. And here is the AC control. Again, this is your power, and this is less power or less blow. And this is your cold temperature max cool. And then down this way, less cool. Starting the Scout. Key on, and if you try to turn it all the way over, you get nothing. It's because you have the push button start now. So key on, and then you reach forward right here. See my hand? Reach forward right under the AC dash there, and there's your push button start button. What you do is you pump the gas twice, push the button, boom, you're running. And listen to that. So smooth, so nice. But let me shut this off. Oh, so let me show you. So now that the engine is running, you flip this on, and the light comes on. Light on. Okay, and when you turn off the ignition, it goes off automatically. So if you are prone to forget, just leave this on all the time. When the key is off, it's off. When the key comes on, it's on. So you're golden. Let me show you what I've done. The key is in the off position. It's so off, it's out. So even without the key in, you come over here and you have your cup holders. Directly under the cup holders and down right here, there's a toggle switch. You flip it on. And now we have stereo. Now I've shut it off. On, off. Now that kills the power. So if you ever want to just not worry about it, you have your stereo set where you like it. You flip that on. It comes on automatically. You don't have to have the key on. Nobody knows it's there. Okay, so inside the Tuffy box. So you unlock it, you push the button, you lift it, and now inside, I've taken all the junk out. You can see how complex all the wiring was. All this stuff, I'm going to put in a loom and tighten it up against the wall. This is all laying flat, so I'm just going to put a cover here. You can lay stuff on top of it, no big deal. Here are your accessories for when you do hook up your remote. The remote plug thing is right there, and you have accessories for iPods, and you have a USB accessory for computers or telephones or iPods, all kinds of stuff. So all that stuff is laying flat in there, and all the wires I've put on connector blocks, and they're up against the wall, so they're not going anywhere. And on this side I've got power strips and connector blocks. And the coolest thing is your little gadget tray right here for coins or whatever. It actually hides when you lift it up and out, if you figure out how to do that, it actually hides all this stuff. This is your power console. All the power that goes to this box is controlled right here. Those are your remotes for the amps and stereo and everything else. So no worries about tapping it. I'm probably going to protect the ones that are positive. Just cover them up so if you ever bump against them, you won't short anything. But they're all neatly tucked away and hidden right under there. So you pretty much can't get to them. And your Tuffy box still has tons and tons of room. And there you go on that. So key on. Okay, the fan's on. So see, the fan blows anytime the key's on. So let me turn that off since I'm not having the engine running and I don't need it. It's also controlled on the accessory. You can tell when you have power. See the LED light? When there's power, it glows red that it's charging. So off, on, off. So when you put the key in the accessory position, that's all the way back. See, it also goes on. Key won't come out. One click forward to lock. Key comes out. Power's off. Okay, so let's go back to accessory so we're powered. Okay, in this position, you have the middle switch right there. Remember, that's your interior lighting. So up, and your cabinet lights come on. And down, off, up, and they're there. And they're really, really, really bright, and they're really, really, really cool. And I've kept a bed sheet down, so dog hair is kept at a minimum. And all those boxes and crap or parts, they'll be coming out. And you are pretty well set. Here's your new seat belts. They're amazing. Your window seals, oops, your window seals are old and rattly, so you get window noise that comes in from the seals. I put in a new boot around the boot because the old boot was just shredded. So I actually tried to seal it up, and I put a different boot on top of it, so very limited air comes up. This would all be engine heat, so very little heat comes up through there. And especially once the covered pieces that are missing go in there, you'll hardly notice anything coming up at all. I put in a brand new flipper switch for the high beam. Old school, old fashioned. Click, click, high, low. This again is your hood pull. Oh, again, your roof disconnect is right here. So this is all the power for the roof supply. And as I made clear before, when you take off the roof, all you have to do is pull those plugs. When you take the roof off, pull the black, pull the red, pull this one. This one controls the LED light in the rear. This one controls the halogen lights above. This remains hanging, but it's with the roof that you've taken off anyway, so it doesn't matter. And this is what remains with the Scout. It's clean, it's not obtrusive, and it's not ugly. And that was the best solution I could come up with, and others that I showed it to were impressed. So you don't know to be impressed, but you should be. Okay, so there we go. And to make it all work again, plug it in, red to red, black to black, and it's pretty much idiot proof. And there's your marine speakers here, and the speakers in the rear. It might have come up a little bit higher on budget than you expected, but for anything you were looking to buy, it does not have all this build quality or overbuilt items to it. So there you go. You're gonna be happy as shit once you learn to appreciate the Scout. And so when you want wiper, again, enjoy the Scout. And here I am with my beard. So hopefully soon you will have this thing, enjoying it, and I can shave this thing and start on the next Scout for the next client. Always stay in touch if you need anything, and before you assume anything's broken, call me, and it's probably a simple button that you need to push or a relay or something, because I overbuilt this thing and I made this thing as simple and idiot proof as possible, and I made it really, really, really simple and easy to enjoy. So there you are. And oh, I just saw one more thing. Your wipers. I upgraded your wipers from the stock standard wipers. Oh, I forgot to put those on the bill. Thanks for reminding me. I'll put those on the bill. These are your upgraded wipers and they work fantastic. And I'll show you that the wipers do work. So key on the on position, wipers on. Why aren't the wipers working? Oh, key isn't all the way on. Okay. Key all the way on, wipers on. And there we go. There's your wipers. All right, so that completes BERT. And on that note, I'm gonna go use up some more of your gas because it is fun to drive. And I don't consider it using gas. I call it research and development, because if anything's gonna go wrong, I get to find out first. Oh, speaking of going wrong, the hubs are brand new, as you know, because when I was testing them out in Vegas, they broke, which means they would have broken on you. So now you don't have to worry about that. And when you get ready to use four-wheel drive, let me know. I will take you out and we will have a lesson on what this is. This is your four-wheel drive. And you can see clearly on it, maybe. You can't see clearly. Anyway, there's a 4L, there's an N neutral, there's a 2 high, and a 4 high. There we go, can you see that? No, it's not showing up. There you go. So, for street driving, always, always, always keep it in 2 high. That's two-wheel drive, high range. If you put it in 4 high, when you're on the road, all the axles will turn at the same rotation. If you're going in a straight line, that won't matter. As soon as you turn, things get bound up because the inside wheel doesn't turn at the same ratio as the outside wheel, and you start to break stuff. So do not ever have it in four-wheel drive, either 4 high or 4 low. Never have it in 4 when you're on solid paved road. If your foot doesn't slip on the ground, don't have it in 4. If you can do this, you're on gravel or sand or whatever, then you're okay. But unless you need it, don't put it in 4. When you put it in 4, this thing's a beast. It's an amazing, amazing vehicle. So I want to take you off-road and give you a 4x4 lesson so you know how to use this, so you know how to enjoy it. But on the road, it has to be in 2 high. And I've had more clients than you want to know about that have called me because they put it in 4 high, showing off to their friends, and they drove down Sunset Boulevard and exploded their drive shaft, and I had to bring them a drive shaft while they were broken down on the side of the road. So do not put it in 4 when you're on paved road or concrete or a driveway. Okay, that's that. I will show you how to use this, and to keep you safe until we go through it, the front drive shaft, when I replaced the hubs, I removed the front drive shaft. So if you accidentally right now put it in 4, I removed the front drive shaft, you can't. So we're safe in that regard, and I'm going to reinstall it when I do some stuff underneath anyway. So I need to give you a clinic on four-wheel drive. So that's that, and now I gotta get to work on putting all this crap away, cleaning up the Scout, putting in the interior panel, and getting it ready for you, and finalizing your bill, which might be a little bit painful, but it is what it is. And in finality, I guess I start up and drive away. Key on, I think.